All right, next game. Panthers at the Chargers. This line opened up -6.5. It went to 7.5, and then it just plummeted to 6.5 out of nowhere on Tuesday afternoon. I was looking for news here. I couldn't find anything, but someone posted a comment earlier saying that they think that Tyrod Taylor is going to start. I don't buy it, but I'm curious to hear what you think and who you like in this game.
Yeah, so I actually do buy that. I don't buy that it's a smart move, but there's something about Anthony Lynn that he's just, even after last week, his immediate comment after the game was like, yeah, if Tyrod Taylor's healthy, he's starting. So I think there is reason to be concerned about that just because, you know, what if he is healthy and he is the starter? You don't want to lock in too early and then be like, all right, I bet on Tyrod Taylor -7.5 in this matchup. So, yeah, I think Herbert should start, but I'm not ruling out Taylor starting. Hopefully Lynn will come to his senses, but we'll see. I like the Chargers here for 1 to 3 units. Again, depends on if Taylor starts, I'm going to be on them for 1. If he's the backup, I'll be on him probably for 3. But if you just look at the Chargers defense, they are a terrific unit. They just allowed 9 points to Patrick Mahomes through 3 quarters before he finally kind of broke through, but you could see the frustration on Mahomes' face that whole game. Like he was livid. He was not getting what he wanted from his supporting cast. He was getting frustrated. So imagining what they'll be able to do to Teddy Bridgewater is unfortunate because Teddy is not going to have Christian McCaffery, and he just struggled against a Bucs defense that isn't as strong as the Chargers. So I think it could be a long day for Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, and I mentioned McCaffrey. Without him, the team has to be a pass-oriented team because Mike Davis isn't going to do a ton against the Chargers' really strong run defense that just limited Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I think that I think we're looking at a game that the Chargers should win and should cover in. I am still concerned if they start Taylor that their offense isn't going to do enough to earn the cover because Taylor posted 16 points on the Cincinnati Bengals, which shouldn't really be possible even with them at full strength, just because the Bengals have some holes in the middle of that defense. But yeah, I love the Chargers in this spot. We'll just see what happens at quarterback.
If Anthony Lynn starts Taylor, I would just, if I'm the owner, I'd just fire him right before kickoff and put in Herbert. Like Anthony Lynn already screwed up last week by punting on 4th and 1. I thought at the time, this is not hindsight. I was watching the game live. I was like, you can't do that. Like, you can't give the ball to Mahomes. Like, I don't care where Mahomes gets the ball. If Mahomes gets the ball anywhere, he's going to score or find a way to score. So I thought the Chargers should have gone for it. And then this would be a big mistake. I get the feeling, though, like I know Lynn has said, like, Taylor is a starting quarterback. I think that's just coach speak. At least I hope so. Because Herbert's a rookie. I don't think Lynn wants to kind of like give the rookie like a big head or anything. It's like reminds me of what Bill Parcells used to say all the time. Where he didn't want to give the anointing oil, which is like his favorite saying for young quarterbacks. I remember that with Tony Romo. Like he refused to praise Tony Romo at all. Like when Romo started, when he began starting for him. So I think and Lynn seems like an old school kind of guy. So I think maybe that's the case here. Like I said, I hope so because Herbert deserves to start. Like he's so much better than Taylor. Like Taylor's not a real quarterback. Like he's a good backup, but he can run around, but he's just so limited in what he can do. And Herbert looks so good last week, except for a couple plays, which you would expect from a rookie. And this matchup's going to be easier. Like Kansas City's defense is not that good, but Carolina's defense is awful. Like their secondary is trash. Herbert should throw all over them with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Just too many weapons for the Panthers to handle. And then you brought up McCaffery. The Panthers offense without McCaffery is going to be so much different. Especially against that Chargers secondary, which is great. Like they're going to shut down Moore and Robbie Anderson, and then Bridgewater is going to see so much pressure. I just don't know how the Panthers are going to score. So, if Herbert does end up starting, I like the Chargers for sure. Might bet a couple units on them. If it's Taylor, I might take Carolina, or I might still go with the Chargers. We'll see. Either way, it'll be 0 units.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. If Taylor plays, I probably will just avoid this game because I don't think the Panthers are strong enough to cover, but you never, especially without McCaffrey, but you never know. Also, let's talk about the Panthers' run defense for a second. The last 18 games they've played, They have allowed 33 rushing touchdowns. That includes 3 rushing touchdowns each game they've played this year, which is just mind-blowing to me. So they're averaging like pretty close to 2 rushing touchdowns allowed per game. So if you have Austin Eckler or Josh Kelly in your fantasy leagues, you better start them. And I actually am going to play a DFS lineup, I think, that has both of them in it, because of that's just how bad that defense is against the run.
It is so bad. I mean, how fitting was it when Leonard Fournette ran for that touchdown to cover the spread at the end? I think I had 1 unit on the game, so like I wasn't really sweating it. But still, it was nice to see, and like the least surprising thing of week 2, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just one of those moments you're like, oh yeah, Leonard Fournette's just gashing the Bucks or the Panthers defense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he did that the year before when he was the Jaguars. He had a big game. McCaffery had a bigger game. That was like an awesome back and forth kind of game that we had last year. So yeah, definitely not a surprise.